the Beastie Boys documentary, which is called, for the purpose of this broadcast, Awesome I Shot That. On the posters, it actually says "Awesome, I ... shot that."
Yes.
Actually, the title of the film has an expletive in it. It's a quote from what it is the Beastie Boys played Madison Square Gardens in 2004, and they handed out 50 DV cams to members of the audience. Apparently, most of them came back, which is fairly astonishing. And they just said, "Just film everything." And then when they finished the thing, they brought it all together and they edited it together, so you get concert footage as shot by the fans of the film, which is quite an interesting idea. I mean, I've always thought that really good concert movies do end up telling you as much about the crowd as the act, and my favourite concert film ever is Gimme Shelter, which demonstrates why festivals are really, really terrifying and horrible. And obviously Woodstock's an interesting film, and Glastonbury Fair is an interesting film. Now,
ABBA the movie, that was quite...
ABBA the movie is not about the fans. ABBA the movie is about some schlubby journalist chasing ABBA all the way around the globe in order to get an interview with him. And when he finally gets into a room with them, he says, "So, do you enjoy singing?" He's like, "Yes,
Sorry, I was distracting you there.
Enjoy singing." But it is, however, the only celluloid record of ABBA's greatness. I don't think there was any other ABBA movie, was there? Well, apparently Agneta Fogstog did turn up in something. Anyway, the Beastie Boys movie. I was never a huge Beastie Boys fan. When I was young, the Beastie Boys were doing Fight for Your Right to Party and all that kind of stuff, and then they all went away and became Buddhists and came back and did similar kind of rap, but in a sort of Buddhist style, and no longer advocating turning over cars. And actually, the movie's really good fun. As I said, I'm not into the music, but you do get the sense from the film of being at the concert. The fans film the band, the fans film each other, and in one memorable moment, one of the fans films themselves going to the loo, which, kind of, it's something I haven't seen before in a backstage documentary.
Is it something that you wanted to see in a
Well,
backstage
funnily enough,
documentary?
it's kind of appropriate, because the whole thing about the Beastie Boys, theoretically streetwise, although of course they're not all streetwise at all. They're all in fact called Blitherington, Fotherington, Smythe the Third, and one of their dads is a very, very famous playwright. You remember all this?
Yeah, that's right. They're good middle-class boys.
They are, and they make good middle-class music for good middle-class Buddhists, and the audience are behave good middle-class well, and keep the camcorders running, and don't do anything, and it's actually not a bad film at all. The sound quality is very good, which means that the quality of the picture doesn't matter so much. And I've always said that in the end, if the sound is right, you can get away with an awful lot on the visuals. So even if you're not a Beastie Boys fan, it's good.